Welcome to the Voice of Evolution. So today let's bring everything a little bit further and allow to see how fearful and suspicious living holds people back actually from living in serenity, peace and equality. And that in itself is an assault not only on the ecosystem, it's an assault on the human body. Because everything that is being promoted to get your mental health back in balance in order where you enjoy your embodiment along everything that surrounds your embodiment is being cut down through what? Through meditation. And Google machine is even exploding and telling that only medication can assist you. So cut out the news today. It keeps you in those syndromes until it can really capture your brain, take it away from you. And the only thing we have to move forward is move out of the matrix, out of the fields of ignorance. We have so much information and we have some sanity left in the brains, I guess. So the only healing comes from within, as all the information is within. And there's so many easy techniques to help you out and to give you a good start. And the only reason why a person living in the higher degrees of depression and fear, anxiety, that is because they are dominated by the past. So they live in the shadows of the past experiences, traumatic experiences that have been cut down to the lowest levels in many areas on this earth plane. So we need to offer solutions so you can escape that old reality that has been running rampant in people's systems and people's brains for eons. So remember, 2000 years ago, Christ's light was being infused on the earth plane just to give you or to bring your brains back into the reality of crystalline, pure, universal consciousness and to awaken you how we can crystallize the many bodies that we have back up there. That was the only message the entity back then known as Jesus, which has become an archangel today, has uh, has been willing to expose. And so people just keep on listening to the outside forces while the inside forces and sources are willing to explode. So our own consciousness really has the capacity to change, not overnight, because that is ridiculous. We cannot change overnight because you can heal out through consistent training. No hocus pocus, as is being promoted many times. So that particular fast road does not exist because the old cycles in the body, the old emotional body needs to leave so you can move up in a higher mentality where you can really direct a higher level of sensibility. Everything else is just a trap. If you really think with some level of sanity and some level of logic, because spirit logic has been catapulted out of the equation as well. So getting back into spirit logic and opening that consciousness within the self, that brings a lot of relief in itself as well. But first, the emotion. So we need to really override the troubles, that big trouble in the brain that starts with changing what in the body, your emotions. Moving these emotions out means working with the water. Your body consists of almost 95% of water, and so it needs much more liquids than any consistent food, actually. So, what is going on the airplane, really? People are chasing toilet paper and pasta. I mean, you don't need that. You got a lot of water to wipe your ass, and that's good enough. I mean, if that is important, juice your days to take a lot of teas and healthy green stuff and fruits that boost the immune system. So, we new sensory messages can be received and examined because one can interpret facts with facts when we release the old factors, that is the emotional body, full of fear, full of distress, full of depression. And so fear actually causes depression, irritation, compulsive behaviors, mood swing. Now anybody would have mood swing, swings, what is going on, right? But in the end, it shouldn't lead to self-manipulation, which is happening a lot. So what we can witness today actually is emotional exhaustion, and that is very, very bad. So, and that emotional exhaustion leads to very poor sleeping patterns, a lack of energy, feeling trapped, and so people do not feel motivated actually. So what we could move into or flow into and really give it some good thinking patterns is, why did you experience so much mess in your life? So in the first place, experiences are due to we need to learn lessons from experience. For most people, experiences are a big problem until we see the bigger picture. Then again, when living in a depleted body, we cannot see that bigger picture. So it's very beneficial to really stand up for yourself just one day and decide to bring some constructive change in your lifestyle. And you give, when you don't give attention to your problems that are moving out, you lose actually your center, you lose your connection to your source, and that way just anybody can control you, because you have weakened your system, your immunity to everything that is going on is working down, because mentally you're not strong enough, physically you fail maybe, and so your diet fails, and so everything collapses from one day into the other. So it's very important to stand up and maybe today start making a list of all your fears. There's maybe 10, 20 sort of fear that will pop up quite easily, and decide true alignment, true connection, because the first food when getting up early in the morning should be your spiritual volumes of food, which is through light techniques, through meditation. Absorbing new consciousness through light is very much possible, and is this new world that is growing into the open, because if the so-called system is killing us, we will put them backstage and we will come to the forefront, which is already happening. You do not have to agree to anything, because this time around we stand together. We have to stand together, and we will bring proof to a new ecological system. We will bring proof that we can purify the earth. We can bring proof that we will bring the tectonic plates back together. We have to heal so much on the planet, but the planet is bursting it out. It will no longer tolerate our old characteristics. We need to definitely move into a new persona that has strength, that has a high level mentality, that has the capacity to move into the higher levels of intelligence. And so, what is actually happening now, and what can never ever be killed, is that the universes are coming down. Our source is, or divine intervention is flowing through actually. And so all light beings are working together. So it's a matter of opening your light and getting the technology of a light body to at least the spiritual body, so you can move into 6D, the sixth dimension that squeezes all the matrix and the atrocities happening now. It will not be held back. Nobody, no entity, no system can hold back the universe. And when the universe has your back, you are protected at all times. But you need to set your butt forward and take responsibility. When you take responsibility, the universe will help you at all times. There are armies of light just to breathe in. They are here to help you so much, but you're gonna have to do your part. Because if you do not work with what is light technique and consciousness and elevating your consciousness there, in which you can communicate through telepathic wavelengths, in which you open all the eyes within and the eyes in the back of your brain, that is massive. What you will see, there is nothing mystical, it's all there. Because at night when you look into the sky, don't you see how close the stars are? Don't you see how close the moon is? Why don't you see the moon during daytime? It's there as well. It doesn't really pertain to the nighttime only. And so when working within a light field, turned in light grid with elements, with the animal kingdom, you can integrate as well a health grid and work on the health of your blood circulation, the health of your mentality, changing everything that is weight. The old weight needs to leave, because if you work with light techniques, your diet will automatically change. You will automatically release weight, but you need just a bit of a learning zone and get it all started out. And from there on, you learn one technique into the other. You start healing yourself out. And how to do that, because your palm chakras will be opened, your feet will feel the sweeping of the earth through it. That is how it feels when your body is open to receive these waves, and when you see another world opening up to you, in which you can heal the entire environment. You can place grids in schools, in hospitals, in any institutions. I mean, just one person is enough to hold an entire building into purity, where no virus can hit you. Anyways, a virus is a bad thing, so how can it hit you when you're streaming alive with alive foods? That doesn't make logic, is it? No, that's the old logic that wants to kill your brain and make you believe and hold you into the fear um, construction. So we are moving into a new architecture. The architecture of the divine is moving through, and nobody will hold that back. So you need to uplift your consciousness into a level where you release your emotions on a daily level. You work with the water content in your body. You work with the glands in your head center and how your exocrine system puts out things that are in the way actually of moving into perfect health. So here it's very, very important that you start to understand, because the awakening is all over this earth plane, and all that is happening is a spiritual warfare. That is all there is, because they want to kill your spirit. Your spirit is the one who thinks and who brings in the inspiration, the aspiration, the motivation to allow your grandness, your uniqueness to come to the forefront. And so this time around, folks, there's no more excuses. We are done. We all have plenty of time now, and at home to open up, because most of us didn't want to spend time with emotion or low mentality, because fear is the highest factor that keeps them from really seeing what needs to be done. And that takes a bit of an effort. But when you come out of an alignment through meditation, and you teach yourself how to set up these light fields where you come from, you're a spark from the universe, so you come from some place and you can reconnect with that. It's incredible with what you will be gifted with. It's really incredible. And once we allow that to come true, you will have the relief, because you will feel the weight going away out of your body. You just juice that through. You drink water and you lose weight. Like it's a pretty sight actually. And so I have here an alignment, like a guided meditation through which you can focus on a certain design, and with that design you go into the deep waters. I also have one that heals with the frequencies of the sonar waves, as my best friend is a pink dolphin, and he showed me through the Atlantic Ocean what needed to repair and how I could repair certain issues in my own energy field that needed to be lifted to a higher degree. And that is evolution. The voice of evolution demands the reality of spirit on the earth plane, and that is all that is happening at this time actually. So pay attention to self only and build the beauty of a light around you, and so we can change the consciousness into light. Everything that was fear needs to move into the higher level of joy, passion. And when opening your own passion that comes from your authenticity and your own sorcery to your source, and knowing how to do that, then there is no day in this lifetime you will wake up without thinking in the former lifetime. So in the morning, that should be your first thought. Having a cup of coffee, move into meditation, align, feel that joy, and then go into your daily construction. Also, the painting here I made is, you can see here the bird kingdom. They are very clever. That is assisting the dogs. kingdom at this time, we can see how much simple elements and animals are coming together, like cats and dogs playing with cows and horses. And I mean, they are teaching us, do you have eyes that want to be kept into the closet, or do you want to open your eyes? Open your eyes, get a new view. And once you eliminate fear, anxiety, depression, and you get conscious of it, the first level to do that is moving into acceptance. Because if we don't accept our past experiences, they keep on cycling and recycling and recycling, and those same thinking patterns keep on returning to your brain like an old radar. Move out of that old radar, and that is really mandatory. So the easiest way to move into acceptance, even if you resist that, I understand that very much. I have been working for many, many years with severe psychiatric cases and helped a lot of people out of their medication right there. So it's really my passion to move your consciousness from one level and the other. So coming back to acceptance, I have created a very simple code that you can move through your spinal column, move that up and move that somewhere in your glandular construction, which is guided through the meditation. And that when you move that through your spine, like during the day, when having dinner or whatever, because we are a walking, talking meditation actually. We move with the elements, and which are light, waves, and techniques that grow so strong. You don't, especially in the end, need to sit and then, focus comes after years. First thing should be your healing and becoming an eternal healing and opening up that breath, that eternal breath. And so that you move like most people still breathe, like, and you're done. I breathe in. I could just breathe for many minutes without any effort, and that is when there's no stuck pattern anywhere in your body, in your bones. And so I also have a very interesting deep study actually and forward movement, and that is about breaking all mental barriers that works with all 12 ways of creation. So that these are 15 MP3 players that bring you into the alignment of your anatomy. So clearing out every single bit in the body. That is massive what you can release, but each can be purchased as well separately. There is no problem. So apart from that, my name is Preview. It comes from seeing beforehand, before the things are happening. And so I make a lot of art. It just flows out of my hand. I don't have to think or anything. That's impossible. It comes from my alignments in meditation, actually. So from my artworks, not these one, but the older ones actually, I created a set of cards and with all the designs on it, and it's very interesting actually, the water content and how that flows. And that is actually called the I Am faculty. Everybody understands the I Am presentation and doing affirmations with I Am, which assists very, very well in the release of the emotional body and mental factors essentially. So with these cards, I also created this book as an explanation. Don't know if you can see it. The I Am faculty. And so the I Am faculty cards are wise mentor cards for modern day ascension. So the physics within these cards will assist a deeper sense of awakening into the first golden age that is happening. So what is your dynamic, your passion, your drive to become really the Hercules embodiment that has the physical, mental, and psychological power to attract, manifest, and make things really happen? You choose your glory minus lesser breaths such as impatience, impulsiveness, and movie drives that may interrupt the challenge and goal at hand. So there's a lot of information here. They actually refer to the special medication and meditational assistant and actually therapeutic treatment one can apply to self and benefit from the collaborative arts that lay dormant within our I Am presentation. So from this moment on, I will just pull a card and let you know what it says. So it may be interesting because the book can assist you a lot to awaken or to realize what is actually happening with you on an emotional level and what is imperative to heal. So let me pull a card, okay? I love this. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's have a look. I am leaving the past, making the fast move. Oh boy, hope you can see it. I am leaving the past, making the fast move. So I'll read through the book what it says actually. I'll just look it up. And because, okay, here we got it. So leaving the past behind is all we can do on our path into a higher frequency and light vibration, light earth vibrations. So the design actually shows a typical sneaker that is completely worn out, and yet entities oftentimes want to hold on that old shoe or sneaker because it holds on to many old memories, and so it feels comfortable and still does not allow for movement because of the old tails that old sneaker holds. So it is I connected this artwork to the energies of fire because when running wild, so to speak, we can load the heat of the element that is the earth and also the heat through the feet. That is the light of Shambhala, the house of light that is moving through and bringing through the changes with all the light entities within stardoms that are walking the earth plane right now in light earth actually. And I understand that for many that is not easy to get, but you will get it when experiencing meditation, illumination, and evaporation of your old consciousness and rewiring that into the highest degree of joyful, passionate living. So furthermore, it says, making the fast move allows for your light to wear new shoes on an everyday level because old sneakers do not allow that vibration that is termed daily renewal. So black potential in the back of that card, you see the black potential, the black universe that is omnipotent, to which everything is being revealed. And that is also happening right now. So it will help us to see through the veil and bring our windmills back together to where they belong. Windmills actually mean the wheels of light, so you become one with all universes and star systems. So what was once troublesome can be overcome these days. So leaving the past behind and willing to do that. So not allowing resistance in it. There's also a code to eliminate your resistances, because I think this is the most important thing to do first when starting out meditation. So leaving the past behind means leaving behind any old modus that is connected to organizations, to friendships, to habits, to individual exploration, and many, many tactics that kept your vibration in the old mechanics. The mechanics of your computer system need a complete rewiring, and rewiring can only happen when you take time out daily to bring through the releases of all the old emotions. So today we can all factorize our movement and allow self to buy shoes that run faster than before. So burning down that old house, or a house of cards built on degrees that break your divinity, is not a house. Remember, we are pulling the system in the backyard, backstage, and we are coming to the forefront. We are uniting. Feel that strength. So the card allows us to take a clearly look at your closet and burn down anything that does not serve your embodiment any longer, including foods, including fashion, including anything in your living room you do not really use, or old things you actually do not pay attention to anymore. It's all about taking a good look at what surrounds you and eliminate really anything that does not please your senses any longer. So living on minimalistic need degrees allows for maximum light degrees and a higher elevated state of consciousness. For there would be not so much that can possibly interrupt your particular channel to light up and allow and into that alley that shows your refined needs. And that is the highest level of integrity and respect most amongst us have lost, because fear breaks that down. And so the same goes actually for old relationships, connections, material possessions, social habits, cultural engagement, and other psychological places of interest actually. Leaving the past behind is leaving behind every inch, because it causes so many imbalances that are triggered in the subconsciousness. And so removing the deep subconsciousness and your subconsciousness level, that is an incredible relief, and can be done through alignment and meditation in a light field, right? 3 compositions out of duality into the triangular equations. Duality is black and white. We are not black and white. We are every single color, right? Millions and billions of color. So no matter what produced your past, you can put these products into a container and burn that down forever. So what will you do when observing self through many different lanes of employment? Why would the past have any meaning to you, except for some valuable remembrance of divine origin? So here the question really is, what is holding you back from clearing the material and air light sides? What is really holding you back? If you're still breathing the air of the past, that is what you will see in your energy field. And so, how are you viewing your life without these old streets? So here you can start up making a list of old emotions. You can make a list of what you really would like your embodiment to leave, starting out with stress, resistance, and releasing fear. when that happens, and that is already a lot of work, but you will feel so different in a few weeks. That is incredible. Remember, we cannot wash or push or have any hocus pocus focus and a very fast aircraft into the divine, because that will break you anyways. Building up slowly from one level into the other and see yourself changing overnight from one day in the other is a very beautiful process. And so that is assisted also to the meditations I have to offer. So with every card, I also offer on the other side of the card, I am affirmations that can help you, or you can create your own. So for this particular card, I'm leaving the pulse, making a fast move. It was, for example, I am evaporating all old past connections now. I am evaporating all my past connections right now. The word now is very, very important. Another one is, I am allowing the highest level of sound and vision to understand what more needs to leave my embodiment for the next movement forward. I am allowing the highest level of sound and vision to understand what more needs to leave my embodiment for my next movement forward. And then the last one, very good one as well. I am bringing my future path into the now. It is not living in the future that will assist you. It is having the vision of what you actually want to have removed and what you want to bring in. And so you're in the middle of the now. So the word now is extremely important. So this book and my cards as well are available on my website. It is of a very enjoyable assistant actually to get or to trace down a deeper meaning within yourself, as well as they have been designed in a reverse version or crossover manner, and they can be applied actually as daily guidelines and maybe as in a cooperative or reinforcement mode to understand what your life is at a particular stage, and for more advice, encouragement, directions, integrations, name it, anything. It's fun. It's a great gift to give to people that are recycling too much of their emotional body and traumatic experiences. It's a beautiful thing, like to have in the home, as all my artworks are big fun to work with, and so it offers really assistance in this time to understand what is going on. So here, I wish you good luck, and remember, we are moving on stage and we are moving the system backstage. Okay, keep it up, keep your voice out, voice it out. We are the voice of evolution. Okay, keep it peaceful, in integrity and respect. Thank you. Bye.